Right, strap in everyone, because we are talking European football yet again. A few months ago, you may recall, we did a video. I was looking into this new UEFA Europa Conference League that's going to be starting next season. Obviously, things have changed a little bit since we recorded that video, and not for the better. So we're going to update things a little bit. We're going to look at what lies ahead for Celtic in Europe next season, what competition we'll be in, the kind of teams that we could face, what could happen if we lose in that competition, all of that kind of stuff. So strap in, it's going to be fun. And while you're strapped in, why not subscribe to 67 Hail Hail on YouTube? We chat to Jackie McNamara 2 or 3 times every single week. We have live post-match reactions to every single match that Celtic play, even the ones that we lose, which is quite often at the moment. We have these kind of videos from me. We have videos going out pretty much every single day of every single week. And the best thing about it is it doesn't cost you a penny. All you have to do is subscribe and help us out with those numbers. I've got targets to make, just like you've probably got targets with your boss at work. It would be massively appreciated if you're watching this and you've not subscribed yet, if you gave that a go. Thanks very much. Right, Scotland will be ranked 14th out of the 55 UEFA nations next season. That won't change at all. Any results that happen between now and the end of the season for any country won't then come into place until the season after next year. So we're 14th. What does that mean? Well, it means that Scotland will get 2 Champions League places for the first time in so long. We'll get 1 Europa League place, and we'll also get 2 places in the new Conference League. Now, it's a competition that is just starting for the first time next year. If you want to know all about that tournament, then check that video up above. You can find out all about that. So if Celtic win the league, yeah, no laughing at the back. I know it's unlikely, but if we do, we would enter the Champions League Champions route in the 3rd qualifying round. We'd have 2 ties to play to get to the group stage. The likelihood, the really large likelihood, is that we won't win the league and we'll finish 2nd in the Premiership. So what happens to us then? Well, as I've already alluded to, we will still go into the UEFA Champions League. We'll go into the 2nd qualifying round, which is actually the 1st qualifying round. Thanks UEFA for making things nice and clear, lads. But yeah, 2nd qualifying round would be in the non-champions or the league route. That's what it's called. It's for teams, funnily enough, who are not champions. So we'd have 3 qualifiers to win to get into the UEFA Champions League group stage. Already it seems like a bit of a tall order, but when I'm about to read out some of the teams that we could face, you will realise the size of the task. First game, by the way, scheduled for the 20th of July, 20th, 21st, something like that. And the non-champions route provides only 2 teams into the Champions League group stage. The champions route in comparison provides 4 teams. So already on top of everything, we've got 50% less chance of making it. Right, a quick look at the format for this non-champions route of Champions League qualifying next year. So the first round will be made up by 6 teams. We will be one of these 6, should be finished 2nd in the league this season. So there'll be 5 other teams, meaning that there'll be 3 winners going into the next round. They'll then be joined by 5 new teams who will play out for 4 places in the next round. There's no new teams that join this final round, so those 4 teams play off for those 2 group stage spots. So based on the current standings, these are the teams that would join us in that first round of Champions League qualifying. PSV, Besiktas, Red Bull Salzburg, Midtjylland and Sparta Prague. Obviously, those teams can and will change depending on how the rest of their domestic seasons go. But if it was to be those 5 and ourselves, as it stands at the moment, we would be ranked 3rd out of the 6, therefore just squeaking into the seeded spot. Although it depends what happens between now and the end of the season in Europe. I think PSV are still in the Europa League. So if they were one of the teams in that round and they did well this season, they could overtake us and we could fall into the unseeded pot. In terms of the next round, as I said, 5 new teams would join the 3 winners. I'll read through them now. You may want to close your ears right at the end of this because it gets a little bit scary. So here we go. Braga, CSK Moscow, Antwerp, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, that last one will probably change. It'll almost certainly change if PSG win the league or even finish second. But at the moment, they're sitting third in the French league. And wouldn't you just know it, third in the French league goes into the non-champions route. So as it stands at the moment, if we got through that first qualifier, we could meet PSG to qualify for the group stage of the Champions League. It's quite remarkable, really. So that's what happens if we were to do well in the Champions League qualifying. But if we were to lose that first tie, we would drop into the Europa League third qualifying round, which, bravo UEFA, once again is actually the first round that you've called the third round for some reason. They really do not make it easy for these kind of videos. But yes, we'd drop into the Europa League. It would just be a wee cute draw because there'd only be 4 teams in that draw. It'd be the 3 losers from the Champions League, and for some reason the Czech Cup winners added into that as well. If we won that tie, we would go into a final Europa League qualifier with 19 other teams to make it to the Europa League group stage, which this season, by the way, or next season, will be 32 teams as opposed to 48, so they've taken 16 places away from that. If we were to lose that first Europa League qualifier, we would go into the Conference League final qualifying round. If we were to win the first Europa League qualifier and then lose the second Europa League qualifier, we would go straight into the Conference League group stage. So I know this is really, really complicated, and I'm doing my best to make it as simple as possible, but effectively Celtic could be playing group stage football in any of the 3 tournaments next year. It's a strange system. We could, albeit small chance, be playing in the Champions League. We could be playing in the Europa League group stage, and we could well end up in the Conference League group stage. Further to that, you know how the third place teams in Champions League groups drop into the Europa League? That continues next season, nothing changes there. But interestingly enough, third place in Europa League groups will now drop into the new Conference League knockout rounds as well. So if Celtic were to get into the Europa League group stage next season and finish third in our group, we would drop into the Conference League. Now, people may sniff at the prospect of playing in the Conference League, a tournament that's for lesser nations, but it could well be the kind of tournament that gives Celtic a realistic-ish opportunity to win a European trophy. Granted, not playing like we have this season, but a good Celtic team in the Conference League, I think, could do a bit of damage. There would be no major sides really at all in there. So that's what lies ahead of us. As I say, it's a really complicated issue. The important thing you need to know for now is that if we finish second in the Premiership, which looks pretty much a certainty at this stage, we will go into the second round of Champions League qualifying, which is actually the first round, and we'll have to play 3 ties to get to the group stage. But hey ho, let's embrace it. Hopefully at that stage, fans can be back at Celtic Park in some capacity. We'll have a new manager, we'll have a new chief executive, we'll have some new players. Let's be hopeful about the future.